What the heck is cryptocurrency? You've seen headlines about Bitcoin and Ethereum and other altcoins making people millions. But as a beginner, it might seem like a mystery. Is it safe? Should you buy some? How does it even work? In this video, we're breaking down cryptocurrency 101 to get you up to speed on all the basics. So let's jump in. Hey, welcome to our channel, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Our hero was minding his own business one day when he saw a headline that Bitcoin hit a new record high. First off, what is cryptocurrency? Well, cryptocurrency is digital money. It doesn't exist in any physical form like coins or bills. It lives only online. It also doesn't rely on any banks or other financial institutions. That makes it a little confusing because if you don't have a bank, how do you keep it safe? Or how do you know it's real? We'll explain those questions soon. But first, let's look at the most famous cryptocurrency around, Bitcoin. It was the first and remains the largest cryptocurrency by market cap. Bitcoin was created in 2009. Since then, thousands of other cryptocurrencies have popped up. Ethereum, for example, launched in 2015. Newer ones include Solana, Cardano, and Avalanche. To differentiate itself from Bitcoin, many of these newer cryptocurrencies changed their names to include the word coin to distinguish them from Bitcoin. They're also called altcoins. The word alt comes from alternative, as an alternative to Bitcoin. Some examples include Ethereum or Ether, Ripple, Litecoin, Monero, Tezos, and Dogecoin. Next, let's talk about blockchain. This is the technology behind crypto. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. Imagine a public ledger recording every transaction ever made. That ledger is divided into blocks of data. When a new transaction occurs, it gets added to the end of the next available block. Once the block is full, it gets linked to the previous block, creating a chain of blocks. That's why it's called blockchain. Now, before the block gets added to the chain, though, every computer in the network has to verify that the transaction is legitimate. Think of it like getting approval from the whole neighborhood watch before adding the transaction to the block. But how does the network verify the transaction? We'll tell you right after this quick message from our sponsor, BlockFi. Thanks for listening. Now let's get back to it. Each block has a unique fingerprint like a barcode. The fingerprint is a cryptographic hash of the block's data. If any part of the data changes, the hash changes, which means the block is no longer valid. That keeps people from cheating. Every block is also linked to the block before it. If someone tries to alter a block, they'd have to change all the blocks that come after it, which is pretty much impossible. That's why blockchain is secure, transparent, and tamper-evident. So now that we've got blockchain covered, let's talk about why people use crypto. There are many reasons, but here are two big ones. First, speed and reach. Want to send $100 to a friend overseas? With a traditional bank, that could take days and involve hefty fees. With crypto, you could do it in minutes. Another reason is investment opportunities. A lot of people have gotten rich investing in crypto. The prices of certain cryptos have skyrocketed, making early investors very wealthy. Finally, some people use crypto because it's decentralized. That means no bank or government controls it. If you stash your cash in a bank, you trust that bank to keep it safe and let you access it whenever you want. With crypto, you have control over your own money. No middlemen involved, but wait, there's more. Not only are there risks involved when you put your money into crypto, there are also risks involved in how you store your crypto. Before we get into that, though, we should point out that it's still early days for crypto. The technology is still developing. Regulations are still being hammered out, and adoption is still growing rapidly. Now let's talk risks. One risk is extreme price volatility. Have you ever invested in stocks? Stock prices can fluctuate throughout the day, but usually not by more than 5 or 10%. Crypto prices, on the other hand, can swing by double digits in a single day. On April 12, 2021, for example, Bitcoin fell 30% in one day. Just a few weeks later, on May 19, 2021, it plunged 55% in a single day. Second, be wary of scams. There are a lot of fake crypto coins out there. Do your research before buying. Also, watch out for phishing attacks where scammers try to steal your password or private key. And speaking of private keys, if you lose your wallet or private key, you could lose all your crypto forever. If you lose your password, there's no way to recover it. And there's no central authority that can bail you out like a bank. Speaking of banks, did you know that you can actually open a bank account in the metaverse? Check out this video to find out more. Now that we've covered the basics, let's answer the question. How do you get crypto? You can buy it on exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, or Kraken. You can also earn crypto by doing freelance work, taking surveys, signing up for apps, or collecting rewards. You can also mine crypto. That's a more technical process where you use a computer to validate new transactions. As a beginner, though, you probably won't want to mine crypto. Instead, you can buy it from an exchange. After you buy crypto, you'll need somewhere to store it. We recommend using a wallet specifically designed for crypto. Some wallets are hot, meaning they're connected to the internet. Others are cold, meaning they're not connected to the internet. A hardware wallet is one example of a cold wallet. Whichever type of wallet you choose, make sure to keep your wallet's private key in a safe place. It's kind of like a password. If anyone else knows it, they have access to your crypto. So don't share it with anyone. Also, use a strong password and enable two-factor authentication if possible. As we mentioned earlier, the price of crypto is highly volatile, meaning it can go up or down quickly. That's why it's important to remember that anything can happen. The best advice we can give you is start small, learn as much as you can, and never invest money you can't afford to lose. So what do you think? Will you invest in crypto? If so, which crypto will you buy? Tell us in the comments below. And while you're at it, tell us what you want to see next from our channel. Are you interested in learning about NFTs or non-fungible tokens? Those are becoming super popular. Or maybe you want to hear about how someone turned $137 into $1 million. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this video. We hope it was helpful. If you want to keep learning how to build wealth, don't forget to subscribe. Click here to see our video on how to turn $137 into $1 million. Or click here to see our video on what is an NFT.